The boxing world is electric with anticipation as Ryan Garcia and Rolando "Rolly" Romero gear up for their highly anticipated clash scheduled for May 2, 2025, in Times Square, New York City. Dubbed Fatal Fury, City of Wolves, this welterweight showdown promises to be a spectacle of raw power, speed, and personal stakes, with both fighters eager to cement their legacies. The current date is April 6, 2025, and the buzz is already palpable as fans and analysts dissect the matchup, drawing insights from past encounters, expert opinions, and the fighter's own words. Ryan Garcia enters the ring with a point to prove. After a controversial no-contest ruling against Devin Haney in April 2024, following a failed drug test, Garcia sees this bout as a chance to reclaim his standing in the welterweight division. The 26-year-old Californian, known for his lightning-fast hands and charisma, has faced scrutiny over his dedication and personal struggles, but he remains defiant. "I think he's going to come hard to fight because it's a great opportunity," Garcia said of Romero. "He's confident, so I think we're going to see a good fight, but ultimately, I'm going to knock him out. Bring on Rolly, you know, he's part of PBC. We already ran it once with PBC. I need to get my get back. I'm going to beat Rolly, and we're going to have that." His confidence is bolstered by a recent shift in training camps, leaving Eddie Reynoso and Team Canelo to join forces with Derek James in Dallas. Garcia views this move as a fresh start, a chance to refine his skills under a new mentor. "I just prayed to God, tried to see where he was guiding me, and it just led me to Dallas, led me to Derek," he explained. "I pursued it, and I'm here now. I feel good, like it's family, like it's a bond. I'm hungry, man. That's why I'm here every day training." On the other side stands Rolando Romero, a brash and powerful 29-year-old from Las Vegas, coming off a ninth-round stoppage win over Ismael Barroso. Romero's career has been defined by his aggressive, unorthodox style and devastating knockout power, though not without criticism for his defensive shortcomings. A victory over Garcia would elevate him from contender to a legitimate force in the division, silencing doubters who question his unrefined approach. Romero, however, has dismissed Garcia's credentials outright. "He's not a boxer, so who gives a fuck about him?" Romero quipped in an interview. He's equally skeptical of Garcia's new training setup, asserting, "Derek James can't teach Ryan anything. His style doesn't suit Ryan, who's a Mexican fighter with a different approach." Romero's confidence stems partly from their history, sparring sessions where he reportedly dominated Garcia, footage of which still circulates online. "When I watched the spar, Rolly was beating him, man," one observer noted. Ryan didn't have no answer for Rolly. The rivalry between Garcia and Romero is steeped in personal animosity, fueled by years of trash talk and competitive tension. Their sparring sessions, dating back to around 2016, have become a point of contention. Garcia downplays their significance, calling out Romero for clinging to old footage. Rolly hasn't done anything significant in his career, and he's out there talking about sparring sessions from 2016 to build his hype. "It's embarrassing," Garcia jabbed. "Why are you doing this? Just put a shirt on. Great, you have abs. We all do, well, at least some of us." Romero fired back, questioning the sincerity of Garcia's past apologies for inflammatory remarks. "That wasn't an apology," Romero scoffed. "Ryan's just trying to save face." This back and forth has only heightened fan interest, promising explosive press conferences leading up to fight night. Gervonta "Tank" Davis, who has faced both fighters in the ring, offers a unique lens on their capabilities. Having knocked out Romero in the 6th round in May 2022 and outpointed Garcia in a blockbuster April 2023 bout, Davis knows their strengths and weaknesses intimately. He's candid about Romero's power, recalling, "I ain't gonna lie, Rolly hit hard. He's the only person I felt, like when he swung, it felt like bricks were in his hands." Yet, he also acknowledges Garcia's gifts, particularly his hand speed, which he describes as among the fastest in boxing. "Ryan's not somebody that really likes competition, you know," Davis mused, reflecting on their fight. "A lot of boxers going at him, which, when we fought, we made it cool to go at Ryan like that." Davis's insights highlight the contrasting styles at play, Romero's sledgehammer fists against Garcia's rapid-fire combinations. The matchup's stakes extend beyond personal redemption. For Garcia, it's a chance to erase the stain of his suspension and reassert his star power, which has made him a pay-per-view draw despite recent setbacks. His fight with Davis was a historic event, and a knockout win over Romero could propel him back into that stratosphere. If Ryan Garcia knocks out Rolly Romero, he becomes like this superhero, one analyst predicted, referencing Romero's controversial stoppage loss to Isaac "Pitbull" Cruz and his polarizing persona. For Romero, a win would validate his resurgence after the Cruz defeat and prove he belongs among the division's elite. Rolly Romero has credibility because he's a former 140-pound champion, another observer noted. He has real power in that right hand, but he's also proven to be a little chinny in some of his recent fights. Experts are split on the outcome. Garcia's speed and counterpunching ability could exploit Romero's tendency to leave himself open, especially given Romero's history of being put on skates by hard hitters like Cruz. Ryan will spark him, maybe in like the 5th round, one fan speculated, citing Romero's questionable chin. Others point to Romero's resilience and power as the deciding factors. If Ryan don't be aggressive on Rolly, I feel like Rolly just gonna take the fight to him, another argued. Floyd Mayweather, a boxing legend, has also weighed in indirectly through his past praise of Garcia's potential, though he's noted Romero's awkwardness could pose problems. The consensus: someone's getting knocked out. People love knockouts, and you know Rolly Romero versus King Ryan Garcia, there's going to be a knockout, a commentator enthused. The fight setting in Times Square adds an unprecedented twist. Organized by Turki Alalshik and Ring Magazine, the card, featuring Garcia versus Romero, Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez, and Teofimo Lopez versus another opponent, will unfold in the heart of New York City. Imagine a fight in Times Square, like literally in the middle of New York, one excited fan mused. How are they going to pull this off? Are people going to be comfortable watching this? Is it going to be free? Logistical questions abound, but the novelty ensures a global spotlight. This is going to be a great card, another added. You can say whatever you want about Rolly, but the man always knows how to entertain the crowd, whether that's the press conference or the fight. Garcia's recent training shift has sparked debate. After parting ways with Eddie Reynoso, who guided him alongside Canelo Alvarez, Garcia now trains with Derek James. Alongside stablemate Errol Spence Jr. supporters see this as a boon, arguing that sparring with an elite fighter like Spence will sharpen Garcia's skills. Any time you pick someone around other great people, it always rubs off, Davis once noted, a sentiment Garcia echoes. Critics, including Romero, disagree. I'm sorry to say, but that's kind of a downgrade, Romero remarked. What's Derek James going to teach Ryan? It's not his style. Garcia's Mexican fighting roots, characterized by pressure and volume, may clash with James's more technical, defensive approach, honed with fighters like Spence. Time will tell if this adjustment pays dividends. Romero, meanwhile, thrives on his unorthodox flair. His looping punches and relentless aggression make him a wild card, but his losses expose vulnerabilities. The Cruz knockout in March 2024 and his earlier defeat to Davis suggest he struggles against disciplined, hard-hitting opponents. Garcia, for all his flash, has shown he can deliver power, as evidenced by his 3 knockdowns of Haney before the no-contest ruling. Ryan Garcia destroyed him, promoter Oscar de la Hoya insisted, dismissing calls for a rematch. Yet, Garcia's own words hint at unfinished business with Haney, posting on Instagram, "After this, I'll have to end Devin once again." The build-up promises chaos. Their press conferences are expected to be as entertaining as the fight itself, with Romero's brashness clashing against Garcia's flair. Past incidents, like Garcia's inflammatory comments and Romero's dismissal of his apology, ensure no love is lost. "This has been a long time coming," Garcia captioned his announcement, a nod to their simmering feud. Fans recall Garcia's isolation at a press conference after the Davis loss, contrasted with Romero's knack for stealing the spotlight, as he did before his Davis fight. "When you lose, everybody abandons you," Romero observed. "When you win, everybody's with you." As May 2nd approaches, the boxing world watches eagerly. Will Garcia's speed and redemption arc prevail, or will Romero's power and bravado steal the show? Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero is going to be a big event, one pundit predicted, and sadly, it may destroy Devin Haney's and Lomachenko's numbers. With history, skill, and bad blood on the line, this Times Square showdown is poised to deliver fireworks, inside the ring and out.